So, welcome back, welcome back. I'm now left the studio and come through. We have a sort of a performance area here at Radio 5 Live where I'm joined by McFly. Hello, McFly.
Hello. Avo.
Good afternoon. What is that? Harry, just explain the outfit to me that you're wearing. What is it?
What is it? Good question. We're just trying to look smarter these days.
It's a suit.
It's a suit, yeah, basically a smart suit.
You look, is it 1950s? You look like a little beat combo that could be in the back of a sort of a scene from the first Back to the Future. That little disco where Marty's disappearing from the photo.
Enchantment under the sea.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, good.
Yeah, we looked back at pictures of ourselves and we thought, what do we look like? So we thought we'd smarten up after 10 years, you know.
I think you look, has there been some kind of training regime involved as well?
No, well,
Not
maybe with Harry.
Yeah,
Not with
lots
the
of
rest
organisation. You should have seen Tom's text messages to us last night. Right, guys, red jackets, white shirts, black ties.
Take pictures of the outfits and send them to each other.
Tom, but you were right to do that.
Yeah.
And I like a band that make an effort with how they dress. B, I really like a band that make an effort with how they dress for the radio.
Yeah.
Come
But
on.
you see, Richard, these days the little webcam thing is up there now.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And we have,
Always watching.
I'm a photographer.
no, I think we have about 70,000 people watching that, so it's sort of worth
There
it.
you go.
There you go, you see, I feel embarrassed in my little casual green shirt this afternoon. But it's good to see you all. Just a couple of things here. First of all, Harry, you were on Strictly.
Yes.
Which, was that last year?
Last year, yes.
So you won.
Yes.
You
yeah.
won the last series of Strictly.
Yes, I did,
Huh?
yeah.
Little detail.
Embarrassing. How did that come up? And then, Dougie, you were on I'm a Celebrity.
Yep, which I won.
And you won that. Now, that's a kind of a remarkable thing. So they are... I think they're the two biggest celebrity reality shows, aren't they? I'm a Celebrity and Strictly.
We like to
There's
think
both
so,
a
yeah.
fix.
Yeah.
There's a fix. Me and Tom didn't win anything.
No, well, I was going to come on to that. I mean, Danny, is that at all awkward that half of the band have won the two biggest reality shows on television?
Yeah, it's really awkward, and this is quite an awkward moment now. They've changed as well. Their egos are through the roof now.
Because the problem is, they've covered off the most credible ones. There isn't really much left for you to do. Because I think, to reuse a phrase I used a moment ago, something like Celebrity Come Dine With Me, that would be beneath your dignity, right?
Yes, one would hope, Danny and Tom. I wouldn't allow you to do
I
that.
love Come Down.
When you say wouldn't allow, Harry,
I'm in charge, basically.
Are you the boss of this band?
I'm the boss. I'm the
Not
boss
sure
of
about
the
that. That's debatable.
is there technically a boss of the band?
No, I think if there had to be, probably Tom.
It's
to
like
be honest.
Tom. It's like Tom and Harry, your mum and dad, and me and Dougie are the kids.
Yeah.
Tom, who does most of the writing? Do you do?
Daddy Tom.
It's kind of split between me, Dougie, and Danny. I forgot your name.
No,
then.
in the other, I'd like to be number two. So
Me and
Tom,
Dougie do it most.
Danny,
Danny tags along at the end,
and then Dougie.
No, we all write though. We all kind of write. Yeah, in the early days, it was mostly me, and but now it's it's kind of equal now.
No, but I wondered if in a band, I don't know if you say it's equal, but if there've been points where one person's done more writing than another, does that sort of, in a way, give you an authority over the other people in a band?
No, I think we all kind of discuss. Even if, because it's the thing that we do where it's like sometimes, might be writing and someone just says one word, but that one word can inspire, the whole song or the whole album.
Yeah.
That's why I just sit there chucking out words, hoping to inspire.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying, you take Gary Barlow, he's clearly the boss of Take That.
But if you can accept, thing is, we all have roles, and we don't mind that Tom. He's naturally a leader anyway in life, so we kind of it just works like that.
And the way-
none of us mind.
yeah.
We prefer to be told what to do. And
You're
if
sheep.
the thing is, if we ever have opinions or we disagree with Tom, then he's always happy to listen. So
Right.
it kind of works.
Is there, by being on those two shows and winning those shows, I'm a Celebrity and Strictly Come Dancing, has that had an impact on the band? Does it increase record sales, for example?
I don't know, really. It's hard to tell. I don't know. I mean, we did a great tour last year after both those shows and stuff, and we're still going. I suppose the main reason we did them really was for McFly. We didn't do it for personal reasons. It was just to keep, pushing the profile of the band and stuff. And then, thankfully, they both just went really well.
Was there a point at the beginning of last year where you thought the band needed a bit of a profile?
Well, no,
lifting?
but the thing is, one of us got asked to do Strictly Come Dancing Children in Need in 2010, and I sort of put myself forward for that, and then the show asked me to then be on the main show, and Tom really persuaded me to do it, and the manager persuaded me to do it, and then Dougie got persuaded to do I'm a Celebrity, and it kind of just happened. And then it thankfully turned out to be a brilliant decision because it went really well. It could have gone terribly. We were genuinely worried, and we were sort of wondering why we were doing it, but it thankfully went great.
I think that's the thing, to go out first.
Yeah,
is a sort of lack of dignity about that.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. I don't know about you, Doug, but when they do the the phone vote thing and you're being waiting to be told, your heart is thumping.
I was so hungry though.
You wanted to leave.
Yeah. There were pros of leaving first.
Right.
Did you worry, Dougie, about going on I'm a Celebrity? Because I think it's more of a risk than Strictly, in a way, because it can either go really well, or it's quite easy to be embarrassed on that show. It's quite easy to find yourself being stripped of a degree of dignity on that show. More, I think there's a greater jeopardy on that show.
Totally.
Was it a difficult decision to make?
No, not really. I mean, like all the bugs and the trials and things like that weren't, and the actual sleeping in the jungle didn't put me off at all. If anything, I saw that as more of a thing, like a pro to do it, because I love all that kind of stuff. The thing that did scare me the most was all the cameras and being filmed 24/7 and saying something that I would regret saying and getting everybody in trouble.
Are there tricks that you notice they use on that show to make people lose their temper, to make people row a little bit?
Oh, totally, yeah. I mean, I don't think it really comes across as much. Like, everybody is starving hungry in there, and so you really, really want to get those stars to feed everybody.
That means the news is on the way.
Okay. All right, let's go to the news.
No, you got 30 seconds. Just tell us, and it's because of that that people become quite short-tempered.
Yeah, because and then so if somebody comes back with only 2 stars or 3 stars, it doesn't feed everybody.
But that's why you were good, because you don't have a temper. So that's why we knew he'd be good in there, because he just lets everything.
Were you worried? Did you think there was a bit of jeopardy?
I was just worried because when he's hungry and he's just awful. But he was brilliant. He was perfect on it. He did great.
All right, we'll take the news. We'll come back, and McFly will play live, and we'll talk about your new. It's another best of. Featuring McFly. This is 5 Live. It's 3 o'clock. First, Matt, Harry, Danny, and Dougie. You were just playing. Tom, were you just playing the music to that trail that we heard?
That was Danny.
Danny, were you doing that? Danny, go on.
You playing Top Gear.
again.
Well, I was sort of working it out. I don't think I've got it. That's it. There we go. Yeah.
You just hear any song and follow it like that?
Pretty much, yeah. No, it takes a few minutes, but yeah, that's how I sort of learn everything. Yeah.
Now, a couple of things to talk about. Do you write to? How long's McFly been going now? How long have you been around?
9.5 years, just over.
9.5 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time. That's longer than the Beatles were going.
Really?
Oh, really?
I think so. Weren't they? I think they were either 62 or 63 to 69.
I thought they went into the 70s.
No. They split in 69.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Didn't know that.
9.5 years. Have you? Is that unbroken? You've been together the whole time?
Unbroken.
Unbroken. People think we
Same
sort
members
of go in and out and say, "Oh, welcome back," but we've never gone away. We always go away to write or go away to do something or tour. Or
Yeah, it's not like the Atomic Kitten thing where loads of people come and go.
No.
Like the old broom thing. If you've sort of replaced the handle and replaced the broom, surely it's not the same broom anymore. But so you're same gang for 9.5 years.
Yeah.
Is it 6 or 7 number ones you've had now? I can't remember. It's
7.
It's 7. Well done.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
And you write for other people. I think you also write for One Direction, don't you?
We have. We've written a few, 3 songs for them. One on the first album and a couple on the second.
Is it interesting as a boy band to watch another band come along like that? I mean, do you?
Yeah. I mean, they remind us of us when we were, when we first started. But on a, what they're experiencing at the moment is just, absolutely insane.
Really,
It's
which
a
one of you is
complete
Harry?
phenomenon. Which one? Sorry.
Well, we've tried to.
That's Harry.
Boom, boom, boom.
See, if we had a Harry, then I think we might be having the same success.
Yeah,
They are on another level. They're a phenomenon. It's
And
incredible.
why have they gone to that other level? Do you
I
think?
think it's a lot to do with timing, but I think mainly they just work. They just have this chemistry, the 5 of them. I think they look, the songs have been great, and you can just see why it works. Do you know what I mean? They have that amazing appeal, and they've had great songs. So.
Because you mentioned, obviously, you're called Harry, but we're talking about Harry from One
Yes,
Direction. You say
yeah.
if you had a Harry Styles, what do you mean by that?
Well, I suppose it's kind of different for us now, but I mean, they're just I don't know, they're just cool guys, aren't they? They just look cool. I think
They've got
They've got the
one
whole
thing.
package.
they've got,
You want to like them, don't you?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard not to not like them.
Even when they're on X Factor, you know, we just like them before
And
they had their
he's
success.
obviously something of a tabloid magnate and appears today, you know, lots of very well-known people.
Yeah.
Do you think that's part of why they're a success?
I don't think at all. No,
No.
I think if anything, they don't need that, and they shouldn't have that. Really.
Why?
Because I just think they are what they are because of their songs and because of their, you know, their performance and their, you know, the way they come across on TV, say when they do X Factor or when they do their videos. I think that's gained them all their success. I don't think any of the kind of tabloid stuff that they do really. I think anything, it's not a good thing for them. I don't think.
You don't?
No, I think it's better for them to just remain kind of.
And not good because, what, does it cheapen them somehow?
Well, no, I don't think it cheapens them. I don't think they necessarily. I think they can't avoid it because they're so famous. They're a phenomenon, you know. So
You should manage them, Harry.
yeah, well, thank you.
Although, I mean, that Harry, he's having the time of his life, isn't he?
Yeah, and the thing is, we've been lucky enough to get to know them and hang out with them, and they're just totally normal guys, genuinely, you know. And they're just
Lou was saying yesterday, he still can't believe it. He has to pinch himself. What's happening?
yeah,
and stuff.
they're really nice, and I think that comes across. They're five genuine, really lovely guys.
And do you think so? Quite a lot of their success, I get the impression, is driven by some young teenage girls and the people that
Yeah.
met them on the X Factor, and now, of course, have had success in quite a lot of territories around the world, not least America. But as you guys have been around 9.5 years, does it make it hard? I mean, I guess your base probably initially was quite young teenage girls.
Yeah.
They grow up a bit. Do you sort of lose touch with that demographic?
No,
Does
I
that
think-
present problems for a band getting a bit older?
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard for any band that stays around for. You know, longevity is the hardest thing. There's always going to be like the new band of the moment that's, you know, the popular band. But the true test is if you can sustain that success and, you know, keep. The hardest thing for bands is just staying friends. As, you know, the main reason why bands break up is because of, you know, they hate each other behind
or
the scenes.
egos or whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
Yeah, but that's the real test, you know, longevity. I think if you can keep it up, and
I think we're lucky because we are, you know, we've accepted that people think we're a boy band or a pop band, and
Do you like the term boy band?
well, don't dislike it. I mean, maybe when we were younger, because we played instruments, we kind
Felt
of
had to prove it.
yeah,
a
we
lot.
feel like we had to prove
play.
a point, and we were like, but we play live and we
And we're
write our
good.
songs, and you know.
Do you think that's what the definition of people think the definition of boy band is people who don't play their own instruments? Is that
Well,
what you
yeah,
think it
and I
means?
guess
It's a stereotype,
yeah,
isn't
and I
it?
guess when Busted came out, they were the new type of boy band, weren't they? Because suddenly boy bands became uncool. So any new boy band that just 5-piece boy band that sung they just failed instantly because Busted made them look uncool, and then we came along, and then it's kind of gone full circle, and now boy bands are cool again. So thankfully, we've just managed to you know, stand the test of time.
Is there anything, when you look at a band like One Direction, is there anything you can learn from them? Are you still learning?
Yeah, I think we're always.
yeah, we always still,
Yeah.
we're always
I think
still
that's
learning constantly.
their first single as well. I mean, for us, that's just an incredible pop song, and that just, you know, we always strive to write the best songs that we can, you know, do. So, yeah, totally.
One of you could easily try going out with Caroline Flack. Or think Brilliant.
Yeah, that's what we're doing wrong.
Yeah.
So loads of questions coming in here. Question for McFly. What do you want to be doing in 5 years' time? Who wants to take that? Danny.
I think we would like to be sat here doing another interview with our new best of with a new album. We've always got, you know, goals, and we're always inspired. And
How old are you now?
I'm 26.
Are you roughly the same age?
Yeah.
24.
Dougie's 24.
How can you be in a band for 9.5 years and be 24? That doesn't make
our
any sense.
manager.
We kidnapped him.
Our manager did like private tutorial math lessons with him when we first moved into our band.
Math.
I mean, in our band house because he was 15 and he
That
lied.
was a
Math
child.
He lied in the audition. He said he was 16.
That was child labour.
I know.
Yeah.
Child labour. What are we talking about?
But can you still be doing this at 40, for example?
We
Definitely,
hope.
I think, you know, it's all. We've always said we're in it for the long run. We have the best job on, you know, on the planet. So why would you ever want that to end?
Richard, have you realised where McFly got their name from? Oh, wow. Of course. At the start of our conversation, I brought up Back to the Future, not because you're called McFly. I just thought,
Yeah,
oh, that outfit
subconscious.
reminds me of a
Maybe it's
scene from Back to the Future. And of course,
there.
you're named after Marty McFly, aren't you?
That's why I gave you the look. That's my look. In the know-how.
What is that? That look said, okay, I know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
That's a remarkable coincidence. And you picked him just because, you were all fans of the
Well,
film?
Tom
I
Tom
mean,
came
it's
up with
before we had that
Yeah.
band name before we even knew Dougie and
I didn't
Harry.
actually like it. at first. I was like, sounds like McFlurry to me.
But the story goes, Danny hadn't even seen Back to the Future, and Tom said, right, okay, we're going to sit down, we're going to watch it. This is the film, it's the best film ever. You know, I love the band name. And on the side of the manure truck that he crashes into, Biff crashes into, it says D. Jones Manure.
Okay.
He's Danny Jones. So.
Did you know as well that recently there was a Sunday about 4 or 5 weeks ago, which was the date.
Yeah.
Is a good bit of trivia. It was the
yeah.
date in Back to the Future 2 that they jumped forward
Into
to.
the future.
So it was something like
Well, there's always this prank's been going around for a long, like every week that seems to be the same day, that date on the.
What is the actual date?
It's like
It hasn't been.
Well,
yet,
someone,
has it?
because it's hard to
Hasn't been yet.
research. Because so there's been prank ones.
There's been prank
So we
ones,
may
yeah.
not have had the hoverboard moment yet.
No, I think it's coming up soon.
I thought it was 2012. I thought it was.
2015.
2015.
You see, in a way, so even if it was 2012, and your natural reaction might be, oh, so the world isn't as advanced as they thought it would be because we can't go on hoverboards. In a way, it's more advanced than they
It is.
predicted.
Yeah.
These are the iPhones.
He didn't have an
iPads, etc.
iPad, did he?
Hello, Richard, and right, I'm now being told on my headphones. This is actually 2015. You should plan
We
like
were
a gig
correct.
around that.
That's
day.
a good idea,
Quite exciting.
Yeah.
Trivia.
Richard and McFly, lads, we're currently on the M1 on our way from Halifax to London to watch Loserville tonight and listening in on your show. It was my birthday 3 days ago, so I've been away on a girly weekend in Yorkshire. My message for McFly is this. Can they describe each other in just one word? This is Louise, who I imagine sounds like a bit of a hardcore fan. This could take a while if each
It's
of you in
hard
turn
using
has to describe
radio-friendly
the other
words.
three.
Let's take one person each.
Yeah, take one person each. Tom, why don't you describe...
Pick.
You pick. Tom, pick someone to describe and give them a word.
Who shall I describe? I'll describe.
In one word.
It's too hard.
One word.
Can I make a word up?
Yeah.
Be careful.
Harry,
Yep.
check this out.
Yep.
Antibacterialism.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good.
What is that?
Because he likes to be clean.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
a bit of an OCD.
Danny, simple.
No, I think let's leave it on that note. That's enough. Right, let's have a song. You heard this is your second best of album, which
Yeah,
is
ignore the
We
first
don't
one.
talk about the first one.
because what? Because
We
they
didn't
weren't.
really want to do the first one. It was more of a kind of record
Contractual
label.
thing.
We were made to.
Okay, so this is your second greatest hit. And what's this one called?
Memory Lane.
This is Memory Lane, and it includes new music. So tell us what you're going to play for us today.
We're going to play our new song. It's called Love Is Easy. It's quite fresh. It was only written about a month or so ago.
Okay, so we have a bit of live ukulele playing as well.
Yeah. My bad
Give Tom
ukulele
on the
player. I'm
end.
not great at
Give us
playing
a
the
card.
ukulele.
Okay, so this is Memory Lane, which is predominantly best of old tracks with a bit of new music in there. So this is Love Is Easy by McFly, live at 3:23 on a Monday afternoon on 5 Live.
Go on then.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Today I'm lapping the clouds away. I hear what the flowers say and drink every drop of rain. And I see the places that I have been in ways that I've never seen. My side of the grass is green. Oh, I can't believe that it's so simple. It feels so natural to me. If this is love, then love is easy. It's the easiest thing to do. If this is love, then love completes me. 'Cause it feels like I've been missing you. A simple equation with no complication to leave you confused. If this is love, love, love. Oh, it's the easiest thing to do. Do, 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 do. Do 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 you feel the way that I do? Do I turn the grey skies blue and make dirty streets look new? Ooh, and the birds sing sweet, tweedly-dee-dee-dee, and now I know exactly what they mean. Oh, can't believe that it's so simple. It feels so natural to me. If this is love, love is easy. It's the easiest thing to do. If this is love, love completes me. Cause it feels like I've been missing you. A simple equation with no complications to leave you confused. If this is love, 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 oh, it's the easiest thing to do. Hey. It's the easiest thing to do. If this is love, then love completes me. Because it feels like I've been missing you. A simple equation with no complications to leave you confused now. If this is love, 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 oh, it's the easiest thing to do. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was lovely. I often say this when we have bands in, which is I can applaud on my own, but it almost sounds like a slow hand clap protest because I'm the only person here to applaud. I feel as though it was a live performance. That's if you join in, it sounds better. That was terrific. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having us.
And you're here just for another couple of minutes. If you want to see the guys and just see the effort that they have made for this radio appearance, you can go to bbc.co.uk/5live. That's Love Is Easy, which is the new track from Memory Lane, your best of album, which is out now. I wanted to ask you as well, just coming back to Strictly for a moment, Harry.
Yeah.
As a like it's it's a tough show to win. Like it's a proper skill, I think, on that show.
Thank you.
Did you? I remember when Denise Van Elsen at the beginning of this series, there were people who said, "Well, that's an unfair advantage because she has been in the West End." Did you get any of that? Was there a sense of because you're a performer and you're in a band that gave you a bit of an advantage over non-dancers?
Well, I genuinely had, honestly, never danced a step in my life. So
You never dance in part of your show?
Well, no, I'm the drummer, so I'm just sat
He's
behind.
sat down.
I'm sat
It's
down.
There's no
opposite.
number where you're like this. You're all four at the microphones.
Never even
well,
stood up on
it's-
stage.
No, it's Tom, Danny, Dougie at the front playing. These
Very
two
much
play
a band
guitar.
set
Dougie
up.
plays bass. And
So
I-
then there was no advantage at all.
No, I never danced in my life. The only dancing I'd done was the 4 days for Children in Need the year before. So I didn't really have any advantage. No, but some people
He
think.
busts some moves out the occasional night out.
Yeah, some
on
people
a,
think
on a dance floor.
the people don't really know McFly think that we dance, so they may have thought that. But genuinely, I'd never danced before. So
Yeah. And is it having done? Is it something you keep up once you've done that?
a little bit, yeah. Every now and again, you get opportunities to go and do things and go and like I danced with the Olympic torch in Blackpool, which was amazing. So we danced at the ballroom in Blackpool again, and yeah, I'm getting married again, so it's hopefully might come in handy there.
Get married again.
Again?
You're
Did
married
I just
again.
say again?
When was
Yeah.
this? Were we not invited
Yeah,
to the
no,
first
we'll
wedding?
keep that on the download.
Secret.
That first one. No, I'm getting married, so obviously that will hopefully come as an.
When's that
advantage.
happening?
Christmas.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Which one? How do you pick a best man?
Well, Tom.
None
got,
of us.
Yeah.
Basically.
Tom
Is that the
got,
way to do it?
Wait, Tom got married in May, you see, and
Who was your best man?
I had all three of them.
Yeah.
And so you've not returned the fate. Hang on a minute.
Tom, Danny, and Dougie are my ushers. Right, I have.
Yeah, but that's a second tier
out.
role,
Yeah, but
isn't
I
it?
have-
That's not the big
What,
gig.
what does the usher do?
Richard.
That's
listen.
essentially an extras role.
I
at a
have
wedding.
a brother.
It's a non-speaking extra role. You've got three brothers
Wait,
here.
can I just say, I was at the best man speech. I was in the best man speech, and some of the stuff Dougie came out with, I do not repeat it at my wedding. So they were great. Look, I've got a brother who's my best man and a best friend from school, and these guys are my lovely ushers. So.
Okay.
I don't want to copy Tom
I can
either.
sense her a bit put out. So I'm saying.
Yeah.
McFly, thank you so much for coming in. We will put that performance on the website as well if you missed it. Thank you so much. All the very best. That is out now. Memory Lane, the second best of. The first one.
Ignore it.
Pretending
No,
it never
it's not
happened.
there.
This is the one.
Okay, Memory Lane.
Yeah.
By the way, in terms of just listening to that song, who, in terms of presumably music radio stations, or obviously we're a speech radio station predominantly, are still very important for bands in terms of sales. Where would you, so a song like that, where would you pitch that? Whose playlist would you, because I was thinking, I guess that's not Radio 1 anymore,
We
is
haven't
it?
actually had much radio support on this song
No.
at all.
No.
Like, it's been a few stations which have really got behind it, but as far as compared to like our other singles in the past, we've hardly had any.
Nobody.
So it's very nice coming on your show, being able to
No,
play
it's my
it.
pleasure. But is that I mean, that's I mean, this is a challenge that bands face.
It does.
isn't
It
Also,
is hard, yeah.
TV's changed as well now. In the past, we used to just go on, all these TV shows, kids shows on Saturdays, and there's none of them anymore.
And they've
so
gone.
it's a
I think
struggle.
with it-
Were you on radio in the early days? Would Radio 1 take your music?
No, but it didn't matter so much then. No, Radio 1 have been a great support to us over the years, though. So
Chris Moyles left you, didn't
yeah,
he?
no, we've been
exactly.
really lucky. Over time, Radio 1 have been a real support.
And yet, it's
so-
hard to imagine Nick Grimshaw playing that song. But I suppose it's a sort of song you could hear on Radio 2 feasibly.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
It's funny because like I think the last album we had a bit of an experiment and we sort of wrote songs and produced them in a way that we wanted them on radio. But with this, we just want to write good songs.
It's that
and
thing
play
you
them
don't
and be a
want to
band.
just try and just follow the trends of what kind of sounds like it's being played.
But the
a lot
big
at
music
moment.
radio stations still make a massive difference.
They're a huge
Oh,
difference.
yeah,
Yeah,
massively,
absolutely
massively.
massive
So
difference.
we're probably being really stupid and
Yeah. Next album will be dance.
missing something here, but
We're gonna go dubstep with the next.
Yeah,
one.
you need to come out with some urban little. I don't quite know what Nick Grimshaw plays, but
Yeah.
there's that Gangnam thing. Do one of them.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm like 70, don't I? There's that Gangnam thing. Thank you very much, guys. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
There's
Welcome.
McFly. We will take some news, just letting you know what's happening on Drive. They will have the latest on the main stories. There's quite a few around today. Of course, there's the continuing fighting in Gaza and Israel. They'll have a detailed look at what each side really wants to achieve. Plus, they'll find out how a man who had a stroke that left him unable to talk is finally speaking again with the aid of a talking glove. They will explain more about that later. Louise Minchin and Peter Allen are here at 4 o'clock with 5 Live Drive. It's 3:32. Dallas Campbell next. Here's the latest news with Rachel Hodges.